What's up, guys? Megazord here. Today I'm going to bring you round 3 of the Ubers Open, which are my games versus Brazilian Army, who I didn't think I was going to play, because he put on his, profile, yeah, I'm quitting Mons, all you opponents for my Open can take the win, and it turned out he was just trolling everyone, and then he contacted me, he's like, let's fight. I'm like, okay. I got caught up in something. So yeah, basically NU games. He's good. Like he mostly mains LC, but that doesn't mean he can't get good teams. And he took so long. He blamed it on internet and asked to move to main, but I'm still saying it's about a 50-50 that he was like getting really, really heavily ghosted by someone. So it's whatever. I've got teams from Hajad and Shane Ghoul. He's got like something. Overall, I feel like I have a decent matchup here because Rotom is really annoying for his team to switch into, and Ferroseed can just like wear down shit. Only really unfortunate thing is that Smash Barb is going to be constantly checked by Wrath and Shiftry and Piloswine's Ice Shard and Arbok Sucker Punch. Like Smash Barb is generally the win condition, but that's not happening. And Swords Dance Scyther generally the win condition, but he has an Archeops, which is faster and it's rock type and it's just not cool. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. I'm gonna lead with Hitmonchan, expecting like Piloswine or something. He goes Mesprit, which is like, well, that wasn't the thing I wanted. Gonna go Ferroseed. He clicks Psyshock, and I honestly just like didn't think they ran HP Fire. They have so many coverage options. Why would you want to lure Ferroseed? But looking at his team, he does have quite a few things that enjoy Ferroseed being weakened, so that's like not the thing, and I was just being dumb. He is going to go into Wrath now, as I'm going to double into Rotom, trying to, like, go into Mesprit on HP Fire. Just click Will-O-Wisp, because why would you leave Wrath in? Like, if Wrath gets hurt, Barbaracle is, like, a gajillion times more of a threat, so I'm going to burn, then click Hex as he gets up his rocks, which is fine. I think I actually clicked Wisp again, trying to catch... No, I clicked Volt Switch, trying to catch the Shiftry. But he Ice Shards. He's pretty adamant about just leaving his Piloswine in to die. So I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna honor that. As now he goes Shiftry, and I'm gonna go get right out of there. I want Rotom. Rotom does work. Ferroseed is too weak to do any work. It's just gonna die to a knockoff. I mean I do get like almost a quarter of the Shiftry's health off, which I guess is something. I can just go into Hitmonchan now. He is gonna stay in predicting me to spin, but I'm still gonna spin because even if he does, he can't kill me. I'm gonna Self-Est Hitmonchan. Leaf Storm's not gonna kill. And I do have Mach Punch that I could go here, but I'm instead gonna Ice Punch, predicting his Mesprit. And at this point, I still want Hitmonchan. I don't want Rocks up, but I want Hitmonchan. So I'm gonna go into Rotom as he crits me, which really sucks because Rotom's kind of weak. But he's gonna go Shiftry as I just Hex and get off some damage. And I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp because if he knocks, then he's gonna be practically dead anyway. And if he suckers, then it's good. But if I went for Hex and he suckered, I get a lot less out of that. So Rotom's at least going to take the Shiftry down to that. I probably would have kept it if he hadn't crit me, because it like could have lived in Arbok Sucker with the Colbur Berry, which kind of sucks, but whatever. So I'm going to go Hitmonchan, Revenge him. He goes Mesprit. Scyther can fairly safely switch into anything. Psyshock's doing 30%. Hidden Power Fire's not doing much more, but Max HP Scyther is weak as balls. Can't even kill the Mesprit as I go Hitmonchan, which is just gonna die, which is like, fucking, why is Scyther so weak? That's a stab U-turn, like, seriously. So now I'm gonna go Scyther and kill him with an Aerial Ace, because it's basically gonna force him into Archeops, and unlike like the other two mons, I have to switch in being Piloswine. As he's just gonna click Acrobatics, he needs to weaken Piloswine, but Piloswine's like really bulky, so I can take that shit. I'm just going to get up Stealth Rock, because I need to weaken the Archeops to the point where I can kill it with an Ice Shard from Piloswine. Then if I can remove Wrath, maybe Piloswine can win. But what's going to happen is I'm going to go into Scyther. Just basically all I have to do is not get burnt. That's basically what I need to do to win. And I can just click Aerial Ace. He obviously can't go Archeops, otherwise like he'd be forcibly weakened, and then I can get my Piloswine in. So I'm going to Aerial Ace and then Roost, and this is a really safe play, as long as it doesn't hit the 80% accurate move and poison me, which is really... Unfortunately, that's what he ends up doing. So I need to keep Scyther alive to threaten the Poliwrath, so I'm going to go into Barbaracle. This hits another Gunk Shot and poisons me again, and that means I can't go for like a sub-smash type thing. He ends up revealing his faster Earthquake though, but so I guess in a way that was kind of good, but I don't know. It ends up not mattering. I was kind of pissed at it at the time because I'm sub smash. Maybe I could have done something, but yeah, I can't. So I'm gonna go Scyther because I know he's going Wrath. I just had a feeling, man. Click Aerial Ace doesn't kill the Poliwrath, as what he's gonna do is crit the Scald, and yeah, crit Scald. Whoops. I just lost. Scyther maybe could have, lived the hit, killed the Wrath, but no, crit Scald. Piloswine even lives the hit, and I was like really hopeful that he's some sort of stupid Archeops set, like naive Fire Blast minus defense Fire Blast, whatever nature that is, but no, Archeops is going to take the hit, kill me off in Acrobatics. Crit Scald sucked because I did have a chance to live that plus Poison because max HP Scyther is really bulky. Like, Mesprit Psyshock plus Poison was what it took to kill. A Poliwrath is way weaker than a Mesprit, so it's whatever. Game 2, he has an interesting team. Musharna is really annoying. I don't like Musharna. I hate facing it, but I do have things like Leech Seed, Ferris Seed with Knockoff, and Taunt Skuntank to play around it. I also have Specs Pyroar, which he doesn't have a good switch into. And by that, I mean I don't have to predict with Hyper Voice and Fire Blast. If I click Fire Blast and I have Rocks up, even Samurott and Magmortar, his resists, are going to be taking over half their health. So that's pretty good for me. On his side, I kind of want to know what set that Aurorus is early, because if it's like a Spec set and can lure my Hariyama with like a Spec Psychic, then maybe his Magmortar just kind of wins. But if he's not, then it's probably a Rock set and Spikes Ferocity, which means I need to be worried about like getting worn down. So that was kind of my mindset. I sort of went into the game thinking Pyro is probably going to win me the game. I just need to make sure like one of those two things doesn't fuck me up. So he leads Magmortar. I lead Hariyama, which is pretty good. It's just safe. Like I feel pretty free. Just clicking close combat. Don't want to predict turn 1 as he goes Musharna. I mean, I should have predicted turn 1 clicked knockoff, but I didn't. I'm just gonna go right to Skuntank as he's T-Wave Mushy, which is like, fuck you. Why? I'm just gonna taunt him, predicting the T-Wave, and then go for Pursuit, and this would have done a lot more if I had knocked off his Colbur, and Musharna would have been it wouldn't have been a threat for the rest of the game. But I didn't. I clicked close combat, which kind of sucks. So he's gonna go Aurorus. I'm gonna switch into my Hariyama, as he doubles into Rotom, predicting my Hariyama, which is fine. I'm gonna go right to Pyro, predicting the Wisp, because why else would you double into Rotom, predicting a Hariyama? Let's be real. Now I can just click Fire Blast. Show me a good switch in. Magmortar is his best switch in. It's still going to take 32% from his Specs Overheat, which is really nice. If I had Rocks up, it'd be like way under half. So I'm going to go Mesprit, trying to catch him predicting my Hariyama, as I do. But he still goes Rotom anyway. But he's just going to Volt Switch. Mesprit doesn't take too much because I'm a defensive set. And now I can get up those Rocks that I wanted. So he goes Ferris Seed. Unfortunately, I'm not like him. I'm not running HP Fire, and I go right to Pyro, which was a bit of a misplay because he's just going to straight T-Wave. I thought it was going to get up Rocks, but I was wrong, and I got my biggest threat to his team crippled. So I'm just going to click the Overheat. I actually clicked Fire Blast. Interesting. It does 56% to his Samurott, which is like, oh my god. He's going to double the Magmortar, as I just basically switch in my Mesprit, because I'm still predicting his Magmortar. What I didn't realize is that, Mesprit is going to take that much. I'm not sure why, because I have no Spadef investment, but yeah, I was kind of stupid. So I'm going to go Skuntank. I could have gone Pyro or something, but I figured if I went Skuntank, he'd like 100% predict me to Pursuit, so I can just sucker him. He goes to his Rotom. Misses a Wisp, as that kind of sucks, because I already burned my Lum on the Musharna, but I was just going to stay in clicking Pursuit no matter what, because I'm like, no problem, I'm okay. He's running Lefty's Rotom, which is like, I didn't see that one coming. I'm not sure what lefties are doing on a Rotom, but he's lefties Wisp Split, which is almost like my set in the last game, which was Colbur Wisp Split, which can like outstall the Skuntank. But no, he's lefties. I didn't expect that, so I'm gonna Pursuit a few times, then bring in the Pyro, predicting his Hex, as I'm basically free to get another kill. How about that? Pyro is kind of fucking strong, so he's just gonna sack his Rotom, which is absolutely fine. I don't need his Rotom alive. As he goes Samurott again, almost dead. It can only come in on Rocks once more, and then it's not really an issue. So I'm going to go to my own Samurott. Again, trying to call him with a double as he sword stances, and then I just win a speed tie and kill him. It's not really going to come into play, because at this point the game is practically over. In fact, I'm going to put it on fast, just because all this game is me playing really, really safely, just so that I don't, like, somehow lose. That's literally what happens. Like, okay, so I catch his Aurorus, it's almost dead, so I'm just going to, like, trade my Mesprit, which dies to rocks, and then I'm going to kill the Aurorus. And then after that, I'm going to skip through this, just click the skip turn button. He's going to double around Ferroseed and Musharna for like 50 turns, clicking stupid shit, as I just like don't kill them and play really safe until I finally set up 3 spikes, and then I'm gonna like see, the thing is, Leech Seed Ferroseed can outstall his Musharna, and he knows that, so all I have to do is just keep wearing him down, and once I get up the spikes, no problem. Because now his Ferroseed doesn't have any recovery and is going to die eventually, and his Musharna is too low to take close combat plus knockoff, and he's going to finally die. But that was about 15 turns of me playing really, really safe. So on to game 3. At this point, looking at team preview, I'm like, shit. What do I do about Tauros? What do I do about Vivillon? I mean, Lum's Skuntank kind of checks Vivillon, but it's going to be Sash Vivillon anyway. I have no switch-ins to Tauros, although none exist, and so I have to keep doubling around it, but there's only one Mon I can switch into Rock Climb, and that's Ferroseed. So doubling's not going to be easy, and he has Fire Blast for Ferroseed, I know he does. Then he's got Rock Polish Rhydon, which is a massive threat if it sets up, especially if it has Mega Horn for Mesprit. And even Roselia, like, I don't have that much to switch into it, and I want to have my Skuntank for his Mesprit. So, honestly, at Team Preview, I think I kind of psyched myself out a little bit. This is how I felt when I played the game, so. I realized, like, Vivillon really fucks me, and, I just have to remove it at any cost, because holy shit, Quiver Dance Vivillon is a massive threat, so. He actually does end up leading with it, as I lead Pyroar, and I'm like, I'm going to lose my Pyroar, which would be really nice, but I'm just going to trade it for his Vivillon. So, he's going to Sleep Powder me. And then what happens here is a little unfortunate. I'm going to sleep once as he Hurricanes and crits me. It didn't matter, he's still 2 KO'd. But then I'm going to get a first turn wake up and kill his Vivillon, which is like, well, that helped a lot. Like, jeez. But he goes Tauros. Kills me off with an Earthquake. I'm not going to save Pyro. I don't want to risk doubling around this Tauros as I now get a Mesprit. And I'm just going to click T-Wave because that will cripple the Tauros unless he's Aromatherapy Roselia, which I really doubted. Then I go for Psychic. It does over half as he ends up going for Fire Blast, trying to predict Ferroseed, but I don't go into it. Now I'm going to U-turn, expecting him to save his Tauros, which he doesn't. Like, that wasn't safe. So I'm going to go to Ferroseed, really hoping he Rock Climbs. As he does, he's almost dead. I'm going to go right back into Mesprit, predicting the Fire Blast, because I mispredicted, but it's fine. Didn't really end up mattering, as he ends up getting paralyzed anyway. Hopefully for him, he's like Fire Blast. Now he goes into Prinplup, and I'm going to stay in and Psychic once. It's pretty much risk-free, as long as he doesn't Scald and burn me instead of setting up rocks. Of course he does. I'm going to save Mesprit because it's fodder as he sets up rocks. Like, I know he's setting up rocks, so I want death fodder. So I'm going to go right to Ferroseed and click Leech Seed. As he ends up staying in, going for the Scald, trying to burn me, which is like, please. No, I actually click Knockoff just to wear it down, make it easier to KO with SD Samurott, which is looking like my win condition here. And now I click Leech Seed as he goes into Roselia. And we're both going to stack 3 spikes, because I realize... Well, first I'm going to knock off, then I'm going to sack 3 spikes, because I realize with 3 spikes, Swords Dance Samurott wins, and it sets up on Prinplup. Because I have Mega Horn to hit his Roselia, and I'm pretty much good. That's my thought process at this point. Ferroseed can even beat his Roselia, because like it's doing shit to me, and I have knockoff, and eventually I'm going to die because he has Synthesis, but I can sort of wear it down. And that was my thought process going in here. Instead, what you're going to see is, like, the biggest choke of my life that I made for absolutely no reason. I can't explain it now. I'm going to go to Skuntank and send it into triple spikes and Stealth Rock into a Roselia that's going for an attacking move while I need it for Mesprit. Like, I need to have the Skuntank. And I mean, what prompted me to do that? I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe I was still salty about game one. Maybe I just thought I was gonna be okay. Whatever it is, I'm gonna go into Skuntank. I'm gonna crit a Pursuit, which sort of makes up for me being dumb, as he crits a Giga Drain anyway, but that didn't make a difference. My crit Pursuit did. But in any case, Skuntank can't switch into hazards anymore. Now, what the fuck do I have for Mesprit? It's faster than everything. Everything's gonna kill me. Like, I can't do anything. So I'm just gonna taunt, stop him from rock polishing, and then die to the Rhydon. But at this point, the game's over. I just don't know it yet. So I'm gonna go into Samurott. What I absolutely should have done was Swords Dance. There was no reason for me not to try. I had to Swords Dance again on the Prinplup, hope he's not running Roar, and then like crit an Aqua Jet. No, I didn't have to crit it, because I just need to I needed one Swords Dance with an Aqua Jet to put him in range of Hariyama. Instead, what I do here is I don't even Aqua Jet, which might have saved me the game. I just like go for an attack, and he outspeeds me and kills me, which is like duh. So I'm gonna go into Hariyama. I'm gonna expect that he's choiced, and he ends up being Calm Mind Mesprit. Now, let me explain that. He is no Scarfer. His team's kind of slow. He could even use Healing Wish because he has things like Rock Polish Rhydon, which good sweeper, but maybe wants to check things early game. So I was like pretty confident it's Scarf Mesprit, which sort of explains my Skuntank play. It still doesn't really. That was an awful play, but I was pretty convinced he was choiced. Instead, he's gonna be Calm Mind Colbur Berry, takes the knockoff like a champ, and at this point the game is over. Had I Aqua Jetted on him, I would have won. Had I like knocked on a Skuntank, I would have won. Instead, I'm just gonna like sack Mesprit, go to Hariyama, fake out Bullet Punch, sack Pharisee, go to Hariyama, fake out Bullet Punch. Like, hope I do enough. I don't. Mesprit's bulky. You know, it's bulky to the point where it isn't, but to take hits like Hariyama, fake out Bullet Punches, it's bulky. So yeah, this was me massively choking a win versus Brazilian Army. And getting knocked out open, which is fine. I think I might like try a little heavier for opens next year in general, like when I'm not really shit and choke all my games, because I can get good teams, I can play okay, but I always make stupid chokes like this, and that's what knocks me out, like without fail. Look, he was at 15%. I really couldn't have Aqua Jetted him, like seriously. Even if I had close combated, which I'm not sure if that does more than a Colbur knockoff. Nah, knockoff does more. It's whatever. I need to stop massively choking all my games, and then maybe if I don't choke everything, then I might start winning. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Overall, it was a decent series, even though the first game was good all the way through until, like, the last turn. And the second game was pretty good, so, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.